Okay, so I didn't expect to dip my toes back into this so soon, even though I'd like to dip something else into this. But YouTube's a piece of shit with stuff that I actually want to do. So while that's cooking, let's do more of this stuff. So last movie it was alright. I thought it was pretty fun as the pilot for the new series. But now, you got something to prove. You've made a first impression. Now dazzle me. Did you get it? So Rainbow Rocks actually picks up right at the end of the first one. Literally, we're in this cafe where these dudes are really pissed off at each other, except for these girls who are just, vibing with each other. I wonder if these will be our new main villains. As for picking up right after the end of the last one, they run out and see the giant gay laser beam that the girls used to turn Sunset into a bisexual protagonist. These girls need some magic, and they just found the source of it, and oh my god, those hips.
Use it to make everyone in this pathetic little world adore us.
Oof. These are the dazzling sirens from Equestria who use their magic to thrive on the negative energy of others. But because this is all about ponies and no one else is allowed to have fun, Starswirl the Virgin decided, nah, y'all are gonna be humans for eternity. See ya later. And they've been doing their thing there ever since, but apparently it's not enough for them. And I'm just like, you really don't think the negative energy from humans is that much? Well, alright then, you're the boss. Well, thanks to Sunset bringing magic into this world, the girls may have found a new way to power. Good going, Sunset. You fucked up once again. I'm so sorry, baby. I didn't mean it. Meanwhile at school, the girls are in bands thanks to collecting their instruments during the Rainbow Rock shorts. What? You didn't watch the shorts? Oh, well, they're important to the movie. Anyway, the school is having a musical exhibition type thing, and everyone can play some form of instrument here apparently. They're quite a talented bunch, aren't they? During practice, the Rainbooms, that's the band's name, how nice. The girls sing about unity and stuff, and man, I'm into it. Their horse ears and tails start to return, and they really don't know why, but you know what, that's not important now, because we get some seeds of dissension between the group, right from the get-go, which is good. This will be important later.
Heard you outside. You guys are sounding really tight. I don't suppose any of our friends from, out of town might come?
Yeah, that brother's starving.
And since music is the power of the sirens, what better way to set themselves up for power by creating some negativity in these horny teens. So with the power of their voice and their hypnotic hips. Yes, Adagio. Please step on me, ma'am. Oh, whoa. What happened? All right, movie. The sirens turned the showcase into a battle of the bands. What's wrong with the little competition? And since something seriously fucky is going on, we gotta call Twilight to help. With Twilight on their side, because she got here somehow, she says, bro, fuck this, we blasted Sunset with that gazer beam, let's just smack those bitches and be done with it. But their plan fails because Adagio finally came out of the closet and is ready to get her forbidden love on, leaving the girls in shambles. They can't defeat another gay team with the power of gay, and Sparkles, she starts to have a major breakdown because of that. How the heck is she gonna fix this?
Besties now! Slumber party in my house!
Am I allowed to be seeing this? It feels like I'm a little too close to this. I actually feel uncomfortable here. Can we move on to the next thing? Oh, that's better. The girls decide that the best way to take down those sirens is to fight fire with fire. So they're gonna commit arson. But what is arson without a good song? So they decide that they have to make it to the finals of the show so that everyone can see them sing and burn down the stage in a glorious number. But, well, things don't go so smoothly. So the battle of the bands happens and oh boy, more dissension foreshadowing. So the battle of the bands happens and oh boy, more dissension foreshadowing. My favorite. The Rainbooms kinda get fucked up because people were fucking around with them. Rarity was controlled by magnets that AJ couldn't see for some reason. Like, they're right there, you dumb hick. Flutterbabs can't take the spotlight, Pinkie just wants to have fun, and Rainbow is being a cunt as per usual. But even with all this, they still somehow make it to the semis where they have to face off against the great and powerful Trixie. Those poor souls. Well, to get through Trixie, Rainbow Dash decides that she needs to sing a song about stroking her own cock, and it ends up getting her horse parts. So Sunny Buns does the right thing and stops the performance, but it backfires and everyone else is pissed off at each other. And everyone else is pissed off at her. But the Dazzlings need their power, so the Rainbooms make it to the finals thanks to some shenanigans. Trixie got robbed. and she's not gonna take this sitting down. So while the Rainbooms are putting gasoline down to light the stage on fire, Trixie sends them down a trap hole and the pot finally blows over. And the group, oh, they start fighting. But instead of the first movie where the infighting was caused by them not sending follow-up emails or checking their numbers, it's actually set up from the get-go. The seeds were planted there in like the second scene, and the Dazzlings simply used their growing frustrations with each other, along with their magic and a little help from Trixie. She did nothing wrong, she was being mind-controlled, to push them over the edge. Sunset, realizing that she cannot be an onlooker anymore, brings the gang back down to Earth or wherever they are, and the girls realize that they need to work together if they're gonna stop those girls with those luscious hips. And while the first movie ended like this,
I have magic and you have nothing.
She has us.
Fight back, nigga! Fight back, nigga! Fight back!
Rainbow Rocks even does that better by rolling with the battle of the bands and giving us a musical standoff. It's kinda like a Dragon Ball beam struggle, but instead of big beefy burly men shooting energy and screaming at the top of their lungs, we get the girls with the DJ blasting their sound through a car versus 3 sirens straight out of Monster High. Okay, so it's nothing like Dragon Ball, but it is still pretty cool. The girls then are on the brink of defeat, but they reach out to Sunset Shimmer. They need her friendship, and she takes off her jackets. Armpits, let's go. And it's time to get serious. She joins in because she's really talented, and they destroy the gems, leaving the Dazzlings powerless, and the girls win the day. Twilight returns to Equestria because she cannot deal with her cooch for much longer, and we get good girl Sunny Buns at last. Yes, queen! Funny enough, Rainbow Rocks improves on the 2 things that I found really lacking in the first movie, which, funny enough, both of them involve Sunset Shimmer. You see, Shimmy was the villain in the last movie, and man oh man, was she pretty garbage. Look, I love her with all my heart, and I'll explain why, like, later on, because there's a lot to unpack there. But the Dazzlings, holy shit, they're better than her as villains in every way possible. Firstly, they actually do something. In the last movie, all Sunset did was send these 2 chucklefucks to do shit for her, and she did some Photoshop. Like, goddamn girl, you could have done something else instead of just relying on these 2 dumbasses to maybe make Twilight look bad. Could have used a sledgehammer to crush her toes or something, I don't know. Yeah, I know it's a kid movie, but still, you know, you could have censored it. The Dazzlings, on the other hand, not only do they not have 2 dumb shits as her sidekicks, instead it's Adagio who has 2 dumb lesbians as her sidekick. They actually, you know, do villain things and use their powers. You even have 3 distinct personalities that are about as shallow as you can get, but you know what? They're not the same character, so I guess it's good enough. You have Sonata, who is hot but stupid, so obviously she's the one that everyone jerked off to the most. How could you not when they went as far as to put her vag line on her dress? Look, I even have empirical evidence. Come back to us. I'm being really gross now. I should stop. Arya, she's the hot tsundere, and like I said before, she's ripped right out of Monster High. Surprised they didn't sue. She and Sonata definitely sneak out back to les out behind Adagio's, but I'm doing it again. Which leads me into Adagio, who is the hot leader and the closet lesbian. She's so deep in there, you gotta get a crane to rescue her. And while you're at it, get some new clothes. I mean, her dress at the show is pretty cool, I like that, but what the hell are you wearing here? Why are you wearing a belt with a onesie? Oh, wait. I know the reason why. Oh yeah. Also, I like how Adagio and Arya don't have knee-high boots. Don't get me wrong, the boots that the other girls wear are nice, but it does feel pretty samey when they all have knee-high boots. Sure, the designs are different, but it would be nice to have some different footwear, which we do get later on, and I love it, but they were the first one to do it. They're still boots, but you know, they're at least a little bit different, which is nice. Another way that they trump the absolute shit out of Sunset as a villain, their songs, which is kind of unfair because, well, Sunset didn't get to sing in the last movie, which I'm still mad at, by the way. I mean, come on. Rebecca got to sing, she's even Twilight's voice actor. What's up with that? The Dazzlings just prove that the villain songs, they're usually the best. We got some banger level bangers here from them. Fucking Battle of the Bands with the hip shaking ma'am. Please. Under Our Spell, Welcome to the Show, and Music in Me with that sick music battle. The Dazzlings aren't the only ones rocking out either. The Rainbooms, you seriously couldn't think of a better name, have some pretty sick tracks too. Their music battle, once again, I got the Music in Me. The opening track, Rainbow Rocks, is pretty good and a really good opener to the movie. I love how the silhouettes are used to retell the events of the first movie. The colors are so pretty. And if you're not seeing the opening sequence, then I got fucked by copyright, and you're seeing the openings to Kingdom Hearts instead. Why Kingdom Hearts? Because I said so. I mean, speaking of Rain Booms, their first in-universe song is really, really good. Yeah, it's friendship, 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 but that's what the whole thing is about. Like, if you're mad at friendship, why are you even watching it? But I like this song, dude. I'm gonna come right out and say it. I love songs about friendship and unity. Like, why wouldn't you? It's literally just spreading friendship and fun. It's good vibes all around. I also love that Bacon Bits is just chilling outside during this one. We should talk about her. We got Shake Your Tail, which was kind of fucked, but it was boppin'. Awesome As I Wanna Be is about Rainbow stroking her own dick. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. Shine Like Rainbows is such a good ending song with the credits being so wholesome. And there's that one song for Trixie that got cut off, which is a shame because I love Trixie. I mean, she literally has never done a single thing wrong. Not once in her life did this human, or even the horse version of her, do anything wrong. Not even once. Overall, if I had to compare the jump in music quality from the first one to this one, it would kind of be like going from High School Musical 1 to High School Musical 2, even though the first movie's music doesn't even compare to High School Musical 1. Yes, I did call them bangers, but you have to understand, I was in the moment. The legs were distracting me. I can only think of the cafeteria song as something that I'd cat jam to, but I'd cat jam to most of the tracks in this one, but since the movie's about music with musical villains, that was to be expected. If it was bad music, man, this movie would have faulted so hard. But what's equally important is sunsets. Sunsets. Bacon Bits.
Shimmy, shimmy.
So like 90% of this movie is just kicking her in the dick for what she did in the previous movie. Everyone at school is waiting for her to just slit her wrists and beat out on the football field. Okay, maybe they don't want her to do that, but it sure does feel like it sometimes. It's a little different from Glimmy, where she would mainly kick herself in the vag. Here, Sunny Buns is just trying to forget everything. Oh shit, Glimmy doesn't exist by this point. Forget that last part. So throughout the movie, Sunset shows regret for her past actions, and well, no one is buying it. Everyone is mega pissed off at her, and why wouldn't they be? You did turn these horny teens into mind-controlled horny teens. They're slaves to their hormones. They're not gonna be slaves to you. That's not part of what they signed up for. But, you know, I wouldn't mind being a slave to you. You also haven't really, done anything to prove that you're no longer a colossal bitch of a she-demon. Sure, these 5 dumbasses have accepted you, but it's not really enough to convince them. And they're not wrong. You've pretty much put these dumb teens through a lot. Remember when you made that guy shove himself into your locker? The shit you pulled against Twilight was enough to enlighten us about how shit you were, but we know you used these 2 fucks to do shit against others to get your way. So it's not all that surprising that they treat you like shit. And just because you got slapped with that gazer beam, it doesn't mean you're any better in their eyes. But at least you got the humane 5 on your side, so that's nice. There's even this moment.
Did I get it?
Not exactly.
You're literally the light of my life, I love you. But are they on your side? I wonder. Throughout the movie, we see her with the girls, but is she really with them? Peep the scene. Better than ever. No, I don't just want to listen to the song again, but I also do. You'd figure that this band of friends would have have their friend in the band. But no, she's just vibing with them. Look at her. She's bopping. But there could be many reasons for this. Maybe she can't play an instrument. Maybe she doesn't want to be in the band.
And I believe you, Twilight, just became the Rainboom's newest member.
Or they just never asked her. God damn. Yeah, there's also this friendship scene with Sparkle Butt. Sure, I guess I can excuse you guys for being excited, but man, look at Sunset's face here. She looks so defeated. You can clearly tell that they never really asked this poor girl to join the band. I am so sorry, baby. No. So, Sunny Buns really feels like an afterthought in this group. You gotta wonder, are they friends with her because they wanna be? Or because they owe Twilight a favor? It really feels like they're keeping her at an arm's distance, making sure she doesn't get herself into too much shit. I don't think it's intentional, but they really aren't doing her too many favors. They did take her in, so they deserve some credit. Really, it's on Sunset to amend these things, but she often feels like it isn't her place to say. She knows what she did was wrong and wants to make amends for it, but does she belong in the band? Is she even able to ask? Where does she stand with her friends? Them doing what I mentioned earlier wasn't helping their case. At least it didn't kick the shit out of her when she tried to help them during the semifinals performance. This self-hesitation though finally meets its end when she finally speaks her mind during a pivotal moment. And it works out, pulling together everyone when they're at their lowest point, stopping the descension of the rain booms, pulling Twilight out of that hole that she fell into thanks to her being a human again, because that always makes things worse. Finally redeeming herself. But that's not enough. We gotta go bigger. Firmly establishing herself as part of the Humane Seven, and joining the fight against the hips with voices, I mean the Dazzlings. And in contrast to earlier where she simply was an outside viewer to the group hug, she's in the center this time, bringing it around town. And our girl is finally where she belongs. We're on a new level, and you'll love to see it. Man, I love this character so much, dude, and this is just the start of the journey. I can't wait to see more of this orange bacon head bisexual. The other main character for us in this movie is still Sparkle Buns, Horse Buns, because I'm sure she doesn't have a human counterpart at all. Turns out she's still struggling with the pressures of being a princess, namely the pressure everyone else puts on her to solve the problems of those hypnotic hips, but man, she just can't do it. It's so sad seeing her just have this breakdown when they're trapped underneath the stage. Guys, I know you're about to slit each other's throats, but can someone give her hug? Please? She also can't sing, maybe that's why Sunset had to sing for her in the last one, but this is Sparkles we're talking about. We know she'll always rise above that adversity and find the solution that everyone needs. It's just that this time, she needed some help from some bacon to truly clear her mind. It is worrying to see her panic so much though. She literally just got done fighting this gigantic slab of meat, and now she's gotta deal with this shit. And when she's get back, she's gonna have to deal with Glimglam. They really don't pay her enough for this shit. In the end, she gives into her teenage hormones and blows off Flash behind stage just to release some of that tension. I mean, those are our main players. Well, I mentioned Flash, and I don't dislike him. I never really disliked him, honestly. Just like, what was the point of having him there? Yeah, heteronormative forced relationships with the main character, whatever. But if you're gonna do that, at least make it interesting, please. I hope in the future that when you pull this again, if you pull this again, it's much more interesting. And you know what? Given the quality of Rainbow Rocks, I have faith in you. That faith isn't misplaced, right? Right? Well, he's on my screen less this time around, and when he is, it's either this...
you guys hear something?
or this.
From, out of town might come?
I like Awkward Flash. Mantis the forbidden fruit and has been ruined ever since, but at least that makes him a lot more fun. The rest of the girls, they're about as standard as they usually are. I mean, I love them, and as mentioned before, we actually got better conflict this time around, so they were well used. Overall, yeah, Rainbow Rocks is just better in every way possible. I know it didn't have the baggage of introducing a whole new world, but that doesn't mean you can cheap out on the characters. There's barely any conflict between the human versions of the horses, Sunset's backstory and motives are virtually non-existent, on top of being an incredibly underwhelming villain with these two. Even if the plan was to set up as the protag all along, you still could have done a lot better, I feel. Rainbow Rocks, on the other hand, there's better music, there's better villains, higher stakes. It's just really a good time. I love how the movie is now embracing its own universe. I get it, you had to ease people into the first one, with it starting in Equestria with Twilight and ending there with her letting them know it's still My Little Pony. It's part of that universe, but by the second one, you gotta own your own world, and they do exactly that. You don't see the horses until like 20 minutes in, and that's the only time you ever see them. The movie shares the main character slots with Sparkles and Shimmy Shimmy, and it ends with the girls. Equestria Girls was an important stepping stone, and Rainbow Rocks used it as a jumping point. I unapologetically love this movie, and I love this universe. And the best part is, it's only going up from here. Well, for like one movie, but I will see soon enough. Alright, Human Twilight exists. We'll see her next time too, and I'll see you next time as well. Bye bye.